So imagine this, you're a global superstar. You have the title, the fame, and an invitation to the coolest, most exclusive club in the world, royalty. But then, somehow, your second chance to build a cool lifestyle brand just crashes down like a flat glass of expensive rosé. Meghan Markle's new attempt at a brand wasn't just a failure, it was a slow disaster that even her biggest fans are having trouble defending. Let's start with the product launch that no one really asked for. Meghan's brand, American Duchess, went all rustic, Pinterest style. They tried to get people excited with luxury fruit spreads, jars with flower sprinkles, and a new rose launch. But honestly, it felt like they were trying too hard to market it. Meghan said everything sold out in minutes. But in reality, it wasn't like that at all. People who were there refreshing the page said that the items were marked as sold out the second the store opened. It wasn't because people rushed to buy, it was like someone clicked a button to make it look like the items were sold out. Maybe this trick worked the first time, but not anymore. You can't fake demand twice and expect it to work the same way. Viewers who watched Meghan's launch video noticed something strange too. She didn't seem like her usual self. Her energy was low, she looked stressed, her eyes were darting, and she seemed like she was forcing herself to sound happy, but it didn't feel real. And that's when people started asking, what's really going on? This wasn't just bad business moves. It was like a sneak peek behind the scenes of what's really going on. Meghan's whole strategy seems to be built on making people think there's some exclusive buzz around it, but when you look closely, it all feels fake. Like the floral sprinkle jars, what even are those? Just some random dried flowers in a pretty jar with no real purpose. There's no story behind it, just a look. It's not a product. It's more like a mood board. Then came the jam, or, well, the fruit spread. Meghan called it jam, but real jam makers noticed something was off. The texture, the way it was made with pectin, and even the apricots didn't seem right. Donna Collins, a big name in the jam world, even called her jam the kind of thing you label as spread when your jam fails. Harsh, but true. While Meghan's brand was falling apart, Prince Harry was having his own issues. People in the royal circle started noticing something wasn't right with Harry. His public appearances seemed flat, and he looked distracted. It seemed like he was losing control of himself. Before he married Meghan, Harry had been open about struggling with grief, anxiety, and using alcohol and drugs to cope. Lately, people are starting to wonder if those habits are creeping back in. There was that picture in London where Harry just looked off, like someone not in control of himself. Some even say he looked like he might have had more drugs in his system than you'd find in a pharmacy. There's no proof of a relapse, but whispers about it are growing. Harry's life has always been about escaping his feelings. And now, if Meghan's brand isn't working, all that pressure is on him too. While Meghan is playing these marketing games, Harry is struggling. It's not just about a failing brand, it's about a family falling apart and everyone sees it. Harry's breakdown isn't a secret anymore. It's showing up everywhere. His speeches feel empty, and he's not the fun, energetic prince he once was. People close to the royal family are starting to call it a crisis. Harry's once lively energy is now replaced with confusion and emptiness. He's not the cheeky prince anymore. He's a guy stuck in a fog he can't get out of. It's not hard to figure out why. This is the same guy who's talked about using substances to cope with his feelings. He's admitted that he used to take things just to escape how he felt, trying to feel anything at all. This isn't tabloid gossip, it's from Harry himself. And now his behavior is showing that same inner chaos. People who watch the royal scene are saying Harry's turned back to those old habits. It's not just because of how he looks or acts, it's also because of the silence from their camp. When Harry's doing well, they let the cameras roll. He's out there giving speeches and interviews, but now, it's just brief appearances and fake smiles. It feels like they're pretending everything is fine, but it's not. And behind all of this, there's Meghan. Not in a villainous way, but in a more subtle, concerning way. Her business moves are all over the place. One week she says she won't use fake sellouts because it's unfair to customers, and the next she does it again. First she says no new launches this year, then bam, another product drop with no explanation. It's confusing and chaotic. It sends the message that there's no real plan, just vibes and hoping the Duchess title is enough to sell anything. The marketing is strange too. It's all pastel filters, cute fonts, and language that feels outdated. There's no real connection to Meghan. No purpose, just pretty pictures with nothing to back it up. Fans are starting to wonder what Meghan even stands for with her brand. Right now, it just feels like a lifestyle copy with no heart. And the worst part? The products aren't even being sold in big numbers. Even with the fake sellout hype, the profits are laughable. Maybe only a few $1,000s at best. You can't build a brand off a few jars of honey in an Instagram post. Especially when people in the industry you're trying to join are calling your products a failure. When the Queen of Jams calls your product a disaster, that's a problem. Meanwhile, Meghan's once loud and proud fan base is getting quieter. Even the Sussex squad tried to help by buying large amounts of product, but it felt forced and desperate. There were rumors about someone buying 50 jars, but when people checked, the limit was only 6. The hype wasn't real. It was all set up. And through all this chaos, one person hasn't said much: King Charles. Behind the scenes, though, sources say he's worried. Not about the brand, but about his son. Even with all the titles and fame, Harry still seems lost, and that's starting to scare people. The royal family isn't focused on drama anymore. They're focused on damage control. King Charles, despite everything, is still a father. And no matter what's happened, he still cares about Harry. But after covering for Harry's mistakes for so long, Charles is reportedly drawing a line. You created this mess. You figure it out. It's not being heartless, it's exhaustion. Harry's been dealing with problems since he was a kid. First, he lost his mom. Then there was the pressure of royal life. And the media has never left him alone. Add in the move to America, a marriage, kids, lawsuits, and a brand that just can't get off the ground. And it's no surprise he's burning out. The worry now isn't just about Harry and Meghan's brand. It's whether Harry can stay grounded long enough to figure himself out again. There's also talk about money. Rumors say Charles may still be quietly supporting Harry with private funds, even after the "we were cut off" comment from Meghan and Harry. If it's true, it's likely happening without anyone knowing. Maybe as a last attempt to keep them afloat while their brand struggles. But many think that support won't last long. Charles is under a lot of pressure from the crown, the public, and his legacy. Funding a PR disaster is not part of the plan. Then there's Eugenie. She's the wild card. For months, people thought she was the only royal who hadn't completely cut ties with Harry and Meghan. People thought she'd quietly stepped away after things got tense. But recently, she was seen at Royal Ascot with Misha Nanounou, one of Meghan's close friends. That moment brought up new questions. Is Eugenie still the link between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family? Some people even call her a spy or a double agent for Meghan, but maybe that's reading too much into a picture. Eugenie has always been caught between loyalty to family and staying neutral. She's friends with Misha, but she's also deeply tied to the monarchy. It's possible she's just trying to deal with the complicated family drama. As for Meghan, her problems go beyond failed product launches. She's lost control of her own story. The media, which she used to control, has turned on her. Even the big magazines that used to love her are now pulling back. The story is no longer inspiring. It's becoming frustrating. Every statement from Meghan feels like it's been rehearsed too much. Her brand isn't working because she doesn't seem to know who she's trying to reach. Is she a duchess? A wellness expert? An influencer? Right now, she's none of them. Just a famous face selling overpriced jam while her personal life falls apart. What Meghan and Harry need isn't another product or PR campaign. They need to rethink everything. A real change with honesty and a clear plan. Because you can't rely on your title forever before people get tired of it. The cracks are showing, the brand is confused, the family is torn, and the public is watching it all happen with less and less sympathy. If there's going to be a comeback, it won't come from Instagram tricks. It'll take something Meghan and Harry have avoided for a long time.